Hey, creative friends. Well, just a little something different today. Most of you know I do love technology gadgets, especially for creative purposes. So my Cricut Maker and, of course, our AJ lasers. I just love these devices, but I also love smart home devices. And so I have been a long time user of this service, If This, Then That. And so they are having a Earth Day contest, and so I thought I would just show you just a real quick thing that you can do with this particular website and enter their contest for Earth Day. So if this then that, just the high level big picture of it is all these different services can be linked together. So for instance, you can have one event trigger another event. So if this happens, then trigger this event. And many different services. So for instance, you can have something happen on YouTube and then trigger that to do something like send an email or something. And there's all kinds of different services, but many of them are smart home devices. And so that's what I like to focus on. So if this, then that, and I have already logged in under my account, and just over the years, I've done just a handful of things. You know, with my phone, being able to mute it when I went to work and different things like that. And I love working with lights. And so I have an applet that's been running for years now that whenever it rains, I have a strip light that turns blue, and it just I just love it. It helps set the perfect environment in the room. So whenever it's raining and I have these blue lights turn on, it's just really pretty. Another fun one that we like to use is this International Space Station. Whenever it passes over our area, we get a text message. And so if we happen to be outside and it's a nice clear evening, then we watch for the International Space Station as it travels over our area. So that one's always a lot of fun. But there's just a handful of things that I've done over the years. And so today for Earth Day, this is a very, very simple one, but it's a good one to just show you a quick demo. So if the current temperature rises above 63 Fahrenheit, then turn on a fan. And so I had originally had this set to 72. Whenever it gets 72 degrees outside, then turn on a fan. But we're having very nice spring weather for the next few days, and we're not going to be over 70 degrees for a few days. So I've actually bumped this down just so that I can see this trigger. But it's very simple to create these applets, and so you can go through their process. Oh, just hang on just a second. Let me log back in. Okay, so I've gotten logged back in, and then we're in this particular applet. So if the current temperature rises above 63, then it's going to turn on a fan. And so I'm going to accomplish that by using a service for Weather Underground. And so ever so often throughout the day, it will check the temperature outside in my area, and as soon as it is over 63 degrees, then that's going to trigger a TP-Link outlet to turn on. I have a TP-Link smart plug. I actually have several of them. I have an older one, but there are many different versions of smart plugs, and so I've really enjoyed using these TP-Link smart plugs. So whenever it gets a little warmer outside, it's going to turn on a fan. And so just for my Earth Day adventure, it will encourage me to use my fan as long as I can during the summer heat and not have to turn on the air conditioner. So if I can catch it and get the room more pleasant right off the bat without even having to think about it, then I won't need to turn on my air conditioner quite as much. So anyway, so it was a very easy one to create, but just real quickly, if you were to create one of these applets, very simple interface. So if this is true, so you can go through and add and just, you know, as you scroll up and down through here, just all the many different things that could trigger your event. So if one of these is true, then you can have a different one trigger. So if one happens, then cause the other one to happen. And there's just an incredible amount of things that can be triggered. And so you can create your own, or you can use applets that other people have created. So just again, and they're always adding to this list of items and services that are available. So it's very neat. All right, so I did if this, and then of course you can look through the list, or I knew I wanted it to be related to weather, and so I just started typing in weather and did a search. And so there's all kinds of different devices that you can get, like for weather stations at your own house, but I'm just using this Weather Underground, and so that service, that online service. And so I had chosen, so they have different triggers built in, but I picked once the current temperature rises above. You get to set your temperature level, whatever. Now normally I would keep it, you know, fairly warm, and I measure in Fahrenheit, and then it will look for your location, which you have to allow the service to get your location. And so as soon as that gets triggered, then we can have something different happen. So then you can go add, and again, you've got that whole same list of all these different things that you can have happen. So, but again, I was using a TP-Link smart plug. And so I already have my account set up to TP-Link. So whenever you buy those devices, there's usually a setup with them, and you create an account on this company, and then you link that account to your if this then that account, and then that way these two devices can talk to each other, these two services can talk to each other. And so my TP-Link, I have it turning on, and so again they have some built-in events that you can have happen, but I just have it turn on. So that's pretty much the basics. So you turn on a fan. Now again, I have a couple of different devices, and since my account for TP-Link is already established, it shows me all the different devices. I have 3 different plugs, and you can name the plugs whatever you want as you set them up, and then create action. And so that's pretty much it. So if it rises above a certain temperature, then I'm going to start a device because it turns on my electric smart plug. So, all right. I'm not going to hit continue because I already have it. So I'm just going to cancel and go back to the... Okay, yeah, the leave was okay, so I just canceled out of that one because I already had the one. And again, it's set to 63 degrees Fahrenheit. And so today is April 15th, and I have just turned on this applet, and it's activated and connected and ready to go, and it's going to start checking the temperature outside for me. And then hopefully tomorrow, I'm in the evening, and then hopefully tomorrow, whenever it hits, hopefully it will get above 63 degrees tomorrow, and it's going to kick off my fan, and so I will get some more video for that whenever it kicks off. Hey, it worked. It's now Friday afternoon, and temperature has gone above 63, I think is what I had it set to, and so my fan turned on all by itself. And so this is the cat checking it out, and then also this is the TP-Link plug, and so that's what was set up to talk to if this then that. All right, so now maybe I can set up another routine to make sure to turn it off at night. But thanks so much for watching.